So yeah. Yeah, I just tend to believe that, like, most people are so afraid to question themselves. But I think this is now what will guide us to the end of the year. And through this session, you know, whatever I've told here and whatever I say, you have to be willing to question yourself. Like, for example, this phone. When I carry it with me, I have the urge to check it all the time. I'm often concerned, you know, of getting calls. Right now I have the feeling that I ought to do it, because now also for several weeks I have cut myself off basically from all social things, more or less. I had my phone often on do not disturb mode or flight mode. And now I had this one unknown caller and I had the feeling, okay, maybe I have to be reachable now. I don't know why. I just have the feeling that's how it is. So a lot of my awareness is going towards the phone. But that's just for calls. Now imagine you have all kinds of apps on there, you know. And you're just waiting all the time to get a message. I mean, that's where your focus goes. So I've been in a Jurema ceremony a couple of weeks ago. And there were two people, right? And they both brought their phones into the room where, you know, the ceremony or ritual, you know, I don't really know how to call these, but you know what, you know, where it was happening. And during the session, they both spent time with their phone. I mean, right now, do I really have the feeling I'm connecting with that woman? Because right now what I'm doing is actually I'm connecting with the phone. But I'm hoping that if I send energy in there, that she'll, you know, come back through it to me. I don't know if that makes sense. But also, you know, in a way, it just is something I can send energy into. Because I don't know right now where to send it. I don't know how to connect with her. I don't know how to do it. So I'm trying to connect with her through the phone because I think, you know, that's the most likely route where we will reconnect with each other. And yeah, you know, it's just like my feeling tells me that, so I just go through with it and just have faith. But of course I also have to look at the facts once more. Because just faith, you know, if you're not realizing that what you're doing is kind of shit. So yeah, also my work with YouTube and stuff, I had to change it in a way. Because, you know, it wasn't really healthy anymore. So you couldn't be drawn into some kind of reality through YouTube by just talking about your hatred instead of offering solutions. So that's just something important. And I think now I want to move on. Although I do like this place. Maybe there are other trees to spend time with. Because somehow I had the feeling, and that's what I sometimes do, I go into the forest and then I sometimes have the feeling there's a tree calling me. But why, right? I mean, why is that tree calling me? I don't know. Because first I thought it was this one, but then I came to this one here. Because somehow it just looked like this is the place to be right now. And then, yeah, how long, right? Maybe until you have an impulse to go somewhere else. Because this is now the perfect spot. Nobody can see me here. I like it. And that's maybe why, you know, that I had to stay with my parents all this time. Feels like shit and like a drag, but you know, I also kind of lived hidden, right? If I would have been in Amsterdam, you know, all kinds of people would have noticed me and they would have come to me, because there are so many lost souls in big cities. It's incredible. I mean, here it's way less of a distraction. So I could focus more on myself. And that's of course why small places and more remote places enable you to focus much better on yourself. Than big places. And that's also, you know, today I almost wanted to cut off my hair again, like this hair, because it's just too many things you pick up with long hair. That's why it's also important for me. I basically shower every day, quite long also sometimes. Just need to wash myself clean of a lot of stuff that I pick up. That's like, you know, energetic dirt, emotional dirt. And you just have to clean that. If you're ever sleeping at night in the forest and you hear something rummaging, it's probably a blackbird, depending on where you are. But in a lot of places, it's actually just birds and mice. So you always think, God, what's that? It's just a mouse or a bird. Usually it's just nothing. It's very unlikely to meet anything that can harm you, especially like in German forests. I mean, we've created quite safe places today because we killed everything. But it's a false safety, and this kind of ideal of keeping everyone safe is exactly what, right? If you want to keep your child safe, I mean, just watch The Secret Garden or read the book. That's what happens if you're trying to keep your child safe. It's gonna get sick. Overprotective. That's what this society is. We're overprotective. With humans, because we're kind of the products, and because, you know, we're afraid that, you know, we get sued. And that's why people always are so anxious. You know, if I say stuff now on YouTube and people go and do the same thing, you know, are they going to sue me then? Well, then sue me, you know, whatever. It's just words, and we need more action. We need people who do something about their problems and take responsibility for their problems. It's just important that we start doing that.